Are you a Nigerian, touring in Nigeria, or you just love Nigeria? Well, there are some soup you have to eat in your lifetime that is Nigerian. You don't want one of the questions at the pearly gates to be,
My child, why didn't you eat Etikaiko? I made it myself.
My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and here are some Nigerian soup you have to eat in your lifetime. You are on the front row seat.
Nigeria is a multicultural society, and there's nowhere this is more evident than in the soup that we have in this country. To us, our soup is central to our daily meals. I know families who have to eat swallow and soup on a daily basis. And when I say swallow and soup, swallow, I mean balls of cassava or yam flour dipped into soup and swallowed. That's why we call it swallow, usually eaten by hand. Growing up, I had to eat curry and soup on a daily basis every single day except on Sundays. And that day in Nigeria is reserved for, you guessed it, rice and stew. And don't ask me why, because that's a story for another day. Anyway, in Nigeria, when we say soup, what do we really mean?
When you talk of soup in Nigeria, you are talking about delicious, aromatic, freshly prepared liquid mixture of vegetable and spices with meat and or fish used to assist balls of predominantly cassava and yam flour down our throats. It's just yummy. There are hundreds of soups in Nigeria, but only 17 made top 10 Nigerian lists. And these soups are classified as exotic, special, and popular based on the criteria of acceptance by majority of Nigerians, availability in restaurants in Nigeria, the cost of the soup, and the wow factor of the soup.
These are unique and tasty soup that even though they are known by many, surprisingly, they are not eaten by many or ordered by many. People don't usually walk into a restaurant and order this soup. So restaurants don't go through the stress of making soup that nobody will buy. So you have to go to a special restaurant that will offer this as an attraction dish for you to get it. That makes them score low on our majority acceptance scale. It also makes this soup the most expensive out of the three groups to make because of the scarcity of the food material required to make this soup properly. They are rare, hard to find, and therefore they score high on our wow factor. After all, they are exotic.
Consider the soup of this group like Mauli Gavo, a fine, well-chiseled actor and presenter who made sleeping with other people's wife look cool. We love him. We would want him to be a Nigerian. But the fact remains, he's a Ghanaian. And for the fact that he's so cool, so near, yet so far, makes him exotic.
The soups that make up the exotic soup list in no particular order are as follows.
1. Fisherman soup. 2. Edika Ekong. 3. Miyan Kuka. 4. Abak Atama. 5. Granite soup.
This next category of soups require lesser introduction in Nigeria. Therefore, they score high on our majority acceptance scale. A lot of people will normally walk into a restaurant and order this soup. However, not all restaurants prepare this soup because these soup are more popular in certain regions of Nigeria than others. So for you to get this soup in restaurants or get the food materials a lot in the market to make this soup, you have to be in that region where this soup is really popular. However, they score high on our wow factor scale. They are special indeed.
These soups are like the Nigerian king of memes. We love him, he's very popular. But mention his real name anywhere else other than the West in Nigeria or Donlade Adekola, and people will be like, Odon what?
The soups that made the special soup list in no particular order are as follow.
1. Efo Riro soup. 2. Oha soup. 3. Afang soup. 4. Banga soup. 5. White soup.
This last group of soups, without a shadow of doubt, are the most popular soups in Nigeria, loved by many across tribes. In fact, if you own a restaurant and you don't prepare any of this soup, get ready to close shop. Because the food material required to make this soup are almost everywhere, they are the most affordable out of the 3 groups of soup to make. And since they are loved by many, they retain their wow factor. They are the most popular soup in Nigeria.
This group could be considered like Ramsey Noah. The fine elite actor is a Nigerian. I don't know which state he is from. And frankly, I don't care, because the elite actor has been bringing it on from when I was a kid. In fact, he's so good that God froze his age. He hasn't aged a bit. In fact, his 10 years challenge picture would look like this. And since he's so good, so Nigerian, so popular, and yet has been bringing it on, means that he has high wow factor. So good to be Nigerian.
The soups that made top 10 Nigeria most popular soup list in no particular order are as follow.
1. Vegetable soup. 2. Egusi soup. 3. Ewedu and Ewedu soup. 4. Bitter leaf soup. 5. Draw soup, which can be made with ogbono or okra. And special mention is pepper soup, which could be made with any meat or snail or fish. It's not really eaten with swallow most of the time in Nigeria, but it is a special mention. I like it. One of the main features of that soup is that it has pepper. Although you can request that you shouldn't have pepper, but most of the time they will put pepper as standard. It comes with pepper as standard. Yeah. I must point out that the type of fish or meat used in a Nigerian soup greatly influences the cost of the soup. Tilapia no be stockfish meat o. Dry fish no be prawn meat. Beef no be snail meat. Una know?
And for the grand finale, to round it all up, Top 10 Nigeria decided to award the most exotic soup in Nigeria, the most special soup in Nigeria, and the most popular soup in Nigeria. If you have to eat any soup in Nigeria, you just have to try these 3. Without much ado, here they are.
The Top 10 Nigeria Test Award of Most Exotic Soup in Nigeria goes to Edikaikong Kong. Rare sumptuous, a sight to behold, exotic. The top 10 Nigeria Meme King Award of most special soup in Nigeria goes to a Foriro soup. Great, tasty, classy occasion soup. Special. The top 10 Nigeria Ramsey most popular soup in Nigeria goes to Egusi soup. Known by many, loved by many, eaten by many, yet coolest of many.
So that's about it for today. If you love what you watched, like the video. Let's see if we can get up to 50 likes on this video. And I'll urge you to subscribe as well. Click the bell button beside it so that YouTube will notify you whenever we post a similar video. Did your soup make the cut? Tell us about it in the comment section. I read all my comments, so you'll be sure you'll be getting my attention there. If you are a restaurant and you make some of this soup and you are the baddest in town, send us an invite. Our email is in the description below. And for a sponsorship fee, we'll come over and eat the soup and review it objectively. I'm serious about this, because if it is not objective, people won't be able to connect to it. So we'll make a video and post it on this channel. We also will put in the description the Google Map pin of your restaurant so people can find your restaurant easily on Google Map. And get ready for customers that will show up in your restaurant and they won't take the soup just finished for an answer to their order. That's it. My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and I'm out.
When you say soup in Nigeria, you're talking about aromatic decision. Doctrine. You don't want one of the questions at the pearly gate. Consider the soup of this group like Mawuli Gavo, a fine, well-chiseled actor and presenter who made sleeping with other people's wives look cool.